Good evening, and a very warm welcome. A warm welcome from the heart, that is, not from the weather. Right, just trying to find everything I need, because I need it. I would like to know where my glasses are. They should be over here somewhere, because I had them in my hand before and I was sat here, so there they are. Right, what I'm going to do tonight, we're going to do some rewiring on... Why is that froze? Do you know, I've only just started and the one's already locked up. That must be the wire. It must be the wire on that one. Yeah. Oh no. That's got it. Must have just got stuck. Yeah. So there we go. Anyway. Right. What we're going to do, we're going to tidy up the bench a little bit. Move some of this stuff, put the oil out of the way, that way we don't end up everything getting covered. Put the IPA out of the way because we don't need that. Put the switch cleaner out of the way because we don't need that. There we go. Right, what I'm going to do today, I'm going to reuse. What we're going to do, I'm going to use this power lead here to rewire the motor, because I'm going to put a new power lead on this with the correct colours, so I don't have a worry about snipping this one off. So we'll just snip it a little bit further up. Get that out of there, there we go, and just snip. Yeah, sorry I wasn't on yesterday, folks. It was my brother's funeral yesterday. We all went and said our goodbyes, and yeah, that was it. This is the wrong colour code for the UK. Probably the wrong colour code for the rest of the world as well, on most of it. So what we're doing, we're going to strip the wire. We're going to strip the wire as much of it as we can, and I won't do that. I might end up cutting it. So what we'll do is, because this wire is very, very we'll just go there. Bloody wood, wasn't it? Snap when I don't want it to. There we go. Now let's just find the other part of that. You know, you can never find where you've just cut. If I just pull them, that's it. Alright, and there we go. We need enough wires out so that we can rewire the whole lot, and I'm going to wire it the way it's wired now, with the exception of the motor run cap. I'm not putting that in because I don't bloody need it. I don't need a motor run cap, so we're not putting that in. And I've not been able to find any information on this unit, none at all. I have tested the pickup head with a meter, and the pickup head reads 1 ohm. So I'm happy at the fact that the pickup head is probably okay. But we'll see. But we're not going to know any of that. I spoke to Steve, because this is his machine really. I spoke to Steve and he's going to sort out the valves that it needs. But I need to get this as near as completion as I can get it, because there we go. I could really do with this, getting this off the bench, because I've got some more stuff to scrap, and I want to get Charlie's radio finished off and get that back to him as well. So right, so what we're going to do, going to take so basically we're going to remove these cotton buds. Yes, move some of this stuff. There, stay there, you. There we go. Let's clean the. Make sure I don't pull the plug out for the iron. Clean the iron. We're not plugged in anywhere, so we can clean all this up here. That's one off. That's 2 off. So what we'll do now, we'll get this, we'll probably use this lead as the mains lead. The reason for that is it's got the modern colours. So we'll throw that over there for now. So that's probably what we'll do there. I need to find the screws that go into those switches, although we can probably use, I'll probably find some that'll work. I need to find, because there's actually so now I found the screw. Now I can find the screws that I like it. We need the what do you call it here? The terminals, because we need to screw them on. They need to be soldered on and then screwed. But we'll sleeve them as well, I think. So what we're doing, we're moving stuff out of the way that we don't really need here at this point. And if I can't find, oh, that's the knob. And they're the two grub screws. I'll put that knob up there out of the way. Put that there out of the way. Right, for now. Now, what we need to do is find the two. We need to find the little screws. But that being said, I'm going to test these switches. I mean, they are going to have to, I'm just wiring things up for now, they are going to have to be replaced, I think. I don't actually have any in. So we'll test the switches and we'll see. Move them out of the way. I can find some screws that'll fit there, that's no problem. The capacitor, that's knocking about, it's got a wire on I need off, so I need to find that. But that's no worries. Let's take that bloody clip off, there we go. Now, let's check this. That's working. Bit grunchy, but it's working. So what we need to do next is get our wire. And we'll use the red and the black for the motor. And what we'll do, we'll have a look at the circuit. Right, because it goes quite a way around this thing. So one side, so we've got mains going in, one side going to the transformer, the motor connects to here, so that's no problem. And it goes, the other side it goes through, normally through the capacitor, but it won't be doing that, just going to the switch. So it goes to the, that's the start button, which is there, which is this one here, because it actually shows it. It's a bit loose, that. But it actually shows it as a screw and then a separate switch. Shows it as a button and a separate switch, like that actually is. So we come off the motor, there. So what we'll do, we'll clip our lead and our negative can go straight to the negative side of the transformer. Let's move the meter. Well, let's move the grease. We don't need the grease. Get that up out of the way. There we are. Good evening, Harvey. I hope you're in fine feckle, sir. We're just would help if I pick the right tool up. There we go. Clip that off. Yeah, we're on the record cutter, and my knife's decided it wants to jam up. That's it. And I'm going to start off wiring to the motor. There we go. Right, where's me heat shrink? Because I want to put a bit of heat shrink on all these if I can. There it is. I need to get some more of this because I'm running out of the sizes I like. Or rather, should I rephrase that, I'm running out of the sizes I need. Yeah, I can't see you there at the moment, but I will look at the chat from time to time. Right, we're going to clip this one in half here because we don't need to use a full one. There we go. We'll just keep going in there when we need it. Get that out of the way. Right. Where's my wire? There it is. All these bloody red wires. I'm not worried about the screws that go into switches. I've got plenty of screws. I dare say there'll be some knocking about. So I need to get this round. And just hang that over there for a second. There we go. Yay! There we go. Always remember, clean your iron. A clean iron is a clean job. That's not a very, that's not as tinned as I thought it was. That's the problem, you see, when you think you've got it right. Wow. That's better. Right, so what we'll do, we'll feed the heat shrink on through the other end, that way we won't run the risk of melting it. Don't think that'll sleeve that anyway, but we'll try it. There we go. Now, what we're going to do next, we're going to solder the live to the live side of the motor. Which is there. I pulled this bloody lead out. I have. No wonder my soldering iron wasn't working. Ugh. I need to tighten that. Do something with it. Yeah, look at that. My soldering iron's gone cold. Yeah. Got to wait for it to heat back up. What it is, it's the actual plug. The pins are a bit loose, so I need to do something with it at some point. There we go. That's why it looked like crap. There we go. Now what I want to do next is clean that. And come here, you. And this just hooks on. I'm not happy with that. Bloody thing. You're supposed to be able to feed that through a hole. You're supposed to be able to just tin it up and then feed it through a hole. But because I pulled the iron out, there we go. That's better. Yeah. Now that should feed through there because the other one does. That's it. Then all we do that's it. Then all we do is just, there we go, just pull that heat shrink probably won't even benefit being on there. No. Do you know, doesn't even matter, it won't go right over the connection, and they never were in the photograph, so we're not going to do that. Now, what we need to do next is take, here's where we will use the heat shrink. What we'll do next is take it to there. And we'll leave it a bit longer than what we actually do need it. You get it here. Well, that's it. And just to be certain, it's better. See if I can find my helping hands. Well, we've only got 2 people on the, what do you call it, at the moment. Let's see how many, let's see, just quick, have a quick look, see how many is watching. Access it with my phone. No, get off. Here we are, live. Turn that volume down. So we've only got 6 people watching. What the hell's that? Not Legeno. Oh. We haven't got another idiot on, have we? I hope not. Never mind. Right. So, what we want to do is clean this. I mean, this might even be too thin. Well, maybe not. No, I think we'll get away with that. There we go. I've not tinned it first because I want the hole as small as possible. Oh, sorry, I want the wire as thin as possible. Tinning it widens it slightly, so I want it. Hey, we've got plenty of people. Who's there now? I'll have a look in a minute. So a few just popped on. Let's just see who we've got. Not Jay, not what's his name, looks like he's just commented a couple of times. Not Jay Leno, yeah, not Jay Leno. Hello Byron. I'm okay, mate. Getting on with it, yes. Oh, is he legit? Oh, sorry there, pal. Sorry there, mate. Yeah, sorry for that then. It's just that we've had a few. Yeah, you know, just that we've had a few just lately, haven't we, Harvey? So, you know, no, that's alright, mate. Oh, you're welcome. Cheers for putting me in the picture there, Harvey. But we've had a few just lately, mate, that's why. Yeah. You know, but we've had a few, haven't we, Harvey? So that's why I've was a bit cautious there, but no, that's fine. Move the open hands out of the way. Oh, sorry for shaking the camera. Now I need to find the screw that goes in there. We've got one for it. I know we have lost a couple of screws. There's one, there's the one. I know we have lost a couple of these small screws out of these, but that's not a problem because they're only switch screws. I've got some. And if I have to, I'll scour the floor for them. But I'm just looking to see where the crack is in the screw, that is, so I'll get the screwdriver in. Oh, I've not put the heat shrink on, never mind. It would never had any on from the factory. Mind you. That's one done. Now let's go around to the other side. And we've actually got 2 screws there. Let's see if I can find a screw in my box. Yeah. Make sure it doesn't screw through the switch. Is that a bit long? Yeah, it is. So we need one that's a bit shorter, but that thread, that'll fit. No worries. Right, so what I need to do is find the capacitor in a minute, because the capacitor's got the other end of the other clip on it. Do the solder lock. It's just, I don't want to empty these out all over the bench. I'm leaving it out in case I end up having to use that one. I can't remember what that's off. It's out of this box anyway, so. I actually got these, I've actually got a couple of those, maybe I'll use one of them. I'm just looking for a screw so that I don't have to trawl the floor with a magnet. What about this one? I think that might do. Still like to be a bit shorter if I can. Too long. Too long. I'll tell you what I could do. Yeah. Yeah, I know what I can do. Yeah. Right, so what we need to do here is find that capacitor, which is probably going to be the easiest set. Oh no, it's here. Ah, the wire's not on it, so it must be on here somewhere. The wires must still be on. Well, there's one of the wires. That's the one that went to there. Went to the capacitor, sorry. So where's the other one? I think it's that one there which I clipped. Oh no, that's not it. This is going to take some working out. That's the one off the capacitor. Right, so what we'll do, where's the other thing? Would help if we knew where the other one of them was. It's all on here somewhere, but it's finding it. What we could do really, we could even use it's all should be here, but there it is. There you are, gotcha. So what we'll do, we'll clean this up because it's got a bit of wire hanging out of it. We'll clean this up and then we can, what we can do, we can take that screw out of there and put that longer one, put that screw there to there and that longer one through there, and that'll sort that problem out. That gets rid of our issue. There we are. Now, let's get another piece of our wire. Remember the heat shrink this time. And it wasn't done like that from the factory, but we do like to make improvements where improvements can be made. Now, there we go. There we go. Right. I'm going to have to get another one of them solder cleaners because that one's starting to get a bit hard. So there we are. These shouldn't might even go over that. If it doesn't matter. Right. No. Wasn't heat shrinked anyway from the factory, so it. So what we'll do next, where's that other screw I dug out? Because we need that. I didn't chuck it back in the box, did I? No. I didn't. I put it there. There it is. Right. The nice thing about this, that'll go through there and it won't hit that other switch point down there, and if it does I can clip the other switch point off because it isn't used. That's a perfect fit, that screw. Apart from the fact it's a Phillips. Right, well we are just catching that, so what we'll do, we'll get our pliers and we'll move that one out of the way. Make sure we're away from it. Perfect. That's correct. Just give that a... There we go, that's done. That ain't going anywhere. And that switch is supposed to be loose. It's got a bit of that turntable felt under it with a couple of clips. Now, need to find the other screw. We'll bend that down there, and that one was bent up there a little bit. That's how it was done. Not that it makes any difference. That's it. That was bent there like that. That's how that went. Right. Right, that wire there, I need to work out where that came from. I need to now go to turn this other way up. Whoops, there we go. So I'll get to the other side of the switch. I'm leaving it on multi-angles on the camera because right, move them out of the way. That's coming out of the power cord, so we can clip them, get them out of the way. No, we can't. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can clip those because they're coming out of the power cord. So that's the power cord there, and we're replacing that. So we can clip that to get them out of the way. There's the black for the power cord. I'd rather be at the other end. Right, because I'm going to have to follow where all these go. And then we have the red, which they're using as the ground on the power cord. There we are. And we'll get that out of there later. I just needed this moving so that I can get to these here. So I'll get to this switch, because basically, move that out of the way. What we need to do next is come along there to there. Take these out. We're going to need them out anyway. Dee 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 dee. Come on. Put that there. And I think this one's screwed tighter. Oh no, it weren't. That one don't want to come out. We'll see the bloody thread's gone on it. Yeah. So I'll put that there, twist it, turn this. There we go, got it. Oh, I think the thread at the top of the screw's gone. Now let's have a look at, let's move that black out of the way. Right, so this is the right, this is the blue. There we go. That's the blue that went to the capacitor. Right, which is not needed. And then we've got, and I think it's that one there, yes. So if I just get the clippers and go, give it a snip. There we go. Because this is going to go to the positive. I've got an email and a Facebook notification. Oh, it's just Somebody's sticking a message on a message board thing. Somebody talking about her husband being laid to rest. God rest his soul. Yeah. It's not nice, is it? Losing someone who you love or you're fond of. You know? Right. So now this one. This one, I can't feed it through the cable, through that lot. It's going to be very difficult, so it's just going to be, I'll put some tape around it when I'm done. So that, I'm leaving plenty so that we've got enough room to tuck things out of the way. That looks a bit dirty, even though it's inside there. That's better. Doesn't hurt to just clean it if you suspect. I think these, don't know who that is, no caller ID, well it won't be getting answered. Yep, let's just change that, no caller ID. Don't know who it is. Let's find out. Hello? Hello? Obviously some fucker fucking about. I know who it is. I'm gonna have them dealt with, I think. Just change these settings. There we go. There we go. Put it upside down, it won't even see light up. There we go. Because anybody who I know, or the number's stored in there, it will ring. Oh, hang on, I don't want that on there yet, do I? Oh, there we go, got just enough room for the other wire. Because we need this one to go on as well. Yeah, nearly didn't quite get that one. Yes. Yeah, this wire's dirty inside, not all of it, but a little bit. There we are. There we go. And feed in through there. And yeah, we had just enough room to get them 2 wires through that. Oops. Where's me doofer? There we go. Yeah, I'm not completely happy with that. It hasn't filled the other side. Yeah. Let's see if we can do it here. You know, I watch all sorts of videos, but I don't only watch videos about this sort of thing. I watch other videos as well. I mean, I was watching that'll do. You know, I was watching right, so that goes onto there. Yeah, I was watching a guy. Let's have a look at the other screw. Put this one in that side. No, I won't. Yeah, I will. Now, oops, there we go. Pull that down a bit, move that black out of the way. I watch all sorts, mate. I mean, it's not only my own stuff I watch things by other people as well. Well, I don't watch my own stuff, it'd be a bit vain to do that. But what I mean by that is it's not only stuff that I do myself I watch. You know, not only the stuff, I don't only watch similar people to myself. I watch others as well, like I watch car restoration videos and all sorts of stuff. I mean, I've got a pretty broad taste really when it comes to content. I mean, there we go. Got a pretty broad taste, and there's all sorts that I'll watch. I mean, there's some stuff I won't. Some stuff I won't be caught dead going there, but like these amateur radio enthusiasts. I'm an amateur radio operator myself, but I don't watch videos on it because all they do, most amateur operators, all they do is talk about how big their aerial is. And do we really need to know that? Right, so that's that. Now our other wire is a grey wire there, and where's he going? Because we need to get him off, because so we need to find out where he is. And you can't just pull wires out because right, so that one, let's find out where he goes up this way. He goes to that grey. oops, that grey goes to that button. So that must, what does that button do? Must do some, but the other side of it, I'm going to have a look at the circuit here, because if I pull this one down, there we go, that's the one that came from the other side of that switch. So that's no problem, I know where they go. Let me have a look at the circuit, because what if there's not supposed to, so that's a momentary switch, and what if there's not supposed to be 240 volts on it? Let's follow the motor in. We've got the start button here. Yeah, motor coming out into your start button, goes into your transformer. Yeah, that side there comes out of the capacitor, goes across, and that goes to the 125 volt tap on the transformer, but we're not using that. So because there's a wire on the mains transformer that came off, and I resoldered it back on, and it was which one was it? It was this one here, and that can stay there, but it's not going. Oh, gone, maybe not. So see where that goes, because it goes to here. That's the fuse. Yeah, that's the fuse. That's the lamp. So that goes to one side of the fuse. So really what they're doing, they're actually switching, they must be switching the negative side of the motor. That's weird. And then you've got this button here, which is the start button. But let's just measure that with a meter. Shit. Let's measure that with a meter. I want to see run continuity, but that green wire there does go to there. I'll check that in a minute. That's to your fuse, and then through the harness here. Yeah, it's right to the back. Oh. Doesn't come up here either, does it? I doubt it. No. Right, this switch, just momentary switch. It's getting your fingers in. Yeah, the problem you have is getting your fingers in. Especially when you've got big fat sausages like mine. So I wonder, so if I press that, I've got that wedged on there, whether that's good enough. Yeah. So that can't go through that because that's got to stop. Yeah, that's, so I can't take the motor through there. So let's have a look. I can't use that switch because it's got to stop. Right, so let me go to the other side, because that's switching the negative by the look of that, but I could be wrong. For all I know, it could have been switching it backwards. I need to look, I don't know. But right, the on-off switch is there. The actual wires come off the on-off switch, but that's no problem because right, you knocked it off with that. So let's go to there. Right, so we know it doesn't go there. Right, so let me just plug that into the back there, and then find out where this. Right, so that's live. So the live, so I've done it backwards. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It will still work. It'll still work. It's not a great issue. Just means that the black. So the black will come from the transformer to here, to the fuse. And that blue and that grey there, right, that grey comes off that transformer. This other grey is that one there, so if I click that, I mean, now somebody's posted a message about dogs fouling on pavements. Can't people get a life? I mean, I don't let my dog shit on the pavement, so they can't blame me. And if he does, I pick it up. So, right, so basically, I need to find out where. So what we'll do, we won't just clip that just yet, because I need to know where the other grey goes. So let's get the meter. I know where one side of it goes. One side goes to that switch, that red button on the top. Is that what they're referring to as the start? No, they can't be. You wouldn't have to hold that when you're recording. Surely not. It's a bad system if you do. So what we'll do, we'll put that through there. Now we'll hunt round now and find the grey. Now where's the grey? The grey is on that is on the mains transformer. It's there. So yeah, this might be a bit more complicated than I thought, because have a look at the circuit. Let's move this out of the way. Whoops. Move this out of the way for a second or two. Right. So that's all wired in there, that's all okay. motor switch, start button, oh no, main switch, sorry. Yeah, what they're doing, they're feeding this side of the motor to the 125 volt tap. Let's just see if that's correct. See how right we are. I want to see if they're doing it on this side. I mean, oh, I can't do that, can I? I can do that. Yeah. Right, so they connect it there. That's 23 ohms. Yeah, 23 ohms. And that's 18 ohms. Right. So basically what I need to know, see that motor there, the original which I've still got, it doesn't say what the voltage was on it. It has the date on it, it has a load of other numbers on it, it even has the frequency that it runs at, but it doesn't have the voltage. Doesn't have the voltage. Everything else, it doesn't tell you the voltage. So what I'm going to do, so we've got switch here, switch along here. So what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to do it the way I originally planned. I'm going to use these. I'm going to switch the lives because that's how I think it should be done. So we'll clip this off here. And we'll clip that off there. We'll use that in a minute. What we'll do, we'll bring because that's how that was done. Yeah, and then you've got that one there with 2 wires on it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just put 1 wire on it because the switch should do the other job. But there again, this switch might not even be needed. Yeah, well it will, because it contact there. So let's see. This is more complicated than I originally. So these are your secondaries coming. I don't have to worry about them. So this switch here, I think is that switch there. There should actually be 3 switches. Let me just move this out of the way so I can look at the circuit a bit better. Right, there should actually be 3 switches. we've got the main switch there, which is on off. We've got the fuse here, 240 volt. They've got it set to 220, but 240 is there. We'll assume it's, yeah. We'll just, because we're 240, then you know that's where it's set. Right, so red is earth. We don't worry about that because it's going to be green by the time we're done. So that is this switch here. I don't want that one. That is this switch here. I'm sure of it. Then we come down to what I think next in line. It's that switch there. Then see, this even has a tone, but there's no tone control on this. I'm looking for another switch. That's the, yeah, that's the on-off switch. We got another switch somewhere. There's another switch somewhere and I'm not seeing it. Either that or this is not. Either that or this is slightly different to what I'm actually working with. Right, there's the VU. There's the lamp. Warning lamp. That must mean that'll be the warning lamp saying that the thing's on, because that's coming off. Now there are your grounds there for your lamps. And this one going into there. But where's that button? Where's that red button? That's what I can't find. I can't find that red button. That's what I'm struggling to find. I can't find it. And I can't find any information on this on the net either. I'm going to have a look at the chat, see what we're all saying. I can't deal with people talking about dogs crapping on the pavements. Especially when it's not my dog that does it. I think it only cuts Chris. I think it only cuts mate, because there's no circuit in there. There's nothing in there for it to play records. There's no speaker. I've been right over this circuit, even though there's an EL84 in there. There's no the EL84, let's see where that goes. It's not marked as an EL84. The EF86s are marked, but they've been written in by somebody. But the EL84 is, let's see where it goes. There's the grid, and that's being fed. That's being fed into here. Yeah, it's just a recording machine, Chris, because there's no speaker on it. It's a recording machine. It records only. Yeah, this can only cut them. It can't play them back. Why they've put a tone control in there, I don't know, because there's no tone control on here. That's why I'm beginning to think that this is not the same. There's a VU meter, which is in that little box there, and we've got the microphone which comes in here. There's the shielded side of the microphone that comes in to via a little transformer there, which is that looks like that thing, a little oscillator thing which is bolted to the side there. I think the mic comes into that. I'll have to double check. But there's not a lot to it really, when you think. I mean, looks a fair amount, but there's not really anything there. But I think this motor, this warning lamp, goes into the anode of the, it goes into the anode of one of the EF86s, and then we've got a volume which I presume is record level, which goes into the first grid. I think that's what that is. It's yeah, and the microphone goes into the first grid. Well, the microphone transformer, should I say, goes into the first grid of the first EF86. And the this transformer here goes into the anode of the EL84, and that goes out to the recording head. So if you put, I suppose if you put a speaker on that recording head, you'd probably hear something. You'd hear the modulation coming out. You'd hear the signal coming out into the head. So that's how that works, I believe. But anyway, we need to suss out how I'm going to do this motor. So we've got a wire here that's come off. That's just come off a transformer. There's no worries. I mean, you're going to have bits fall off when you're manoeuvring it about like this. Oh, let me see. Alright. What I'm going to do, I'm going to wire this up the way I originally planned. So I'm going to take this, but there's no point taking that across that switch like that, because that wouldn't work. So I'm going to clip that off there. I'm going to clip that off there because that would just defeat the object, because you're just strapping the switch out the circuit. So I'm going to clip that off there, that'd be fine. And what we're going to do, I'm going to redo the end of this. And we're just going to take the switch, we're just going to take the motor, the live side of the motor, to the fuse, but obviously the side of the fuse that will blow. Obviously the side that disconnects it if the fuse blows. So we'll take it to what would be known as the output side of the fuse. I mean, it would have been nice to get a proper motor for this, it would have saved all this, but you know, we can't even find out who made it. We can't even find, well, we know who made it, we just can't find any information on it. Nothing, we just draw a blank everywhere we look. There's no meaningful information. So I'm just doing it the way I think it should be done. There we go. Ow. Put that there for a minute. Now this is our other piece of wire. And this is the one that's going to go from here down to our fuse for our live. There we are. Right, it's good enough. Now I'll find that with the screw. Move that black wire. Screw that. Into the post, into the switch. There we are. Right, bend that out of the way, there we go. That's good enough. And then this, if this is not long enough I'll scream, because there was a bit more that I could have had. Yeah, perfect. So what I'll do next, I'll take that through there, and we can clip that off there, which goes to the fuse. I'll just clip that out there. So basically, we're going to connect this to the fuse. Just make sure we get the right length. We need a bit more off than, keep a bit more than what we need off. And don't want to loop it around there. I want to just make sure we've got enough. Easily clip that there. I mean, I'm not bothered about it going backwards. It can't go backwards anyway, because the idler can't go backwards, because if you try and send it backwards it jams up, see what I mean? You can a little bit, but the idler still needs a bit more of a clean. When it's gripping properly it won't go backwards. So it's not designed to go backwards. I'm going to call it a night in a minute, folks, because there are other things I want to do. So we're calling it a night. I'll come over and have a chat with you all in a minute. But I think what I'm going to have to do here, right, is that's come off the on-off switch there. So I need to put a new wire on there. That's come off there completely. And I think, to be honest with you, do you know, it would have been nice, wouldn't it, if you could just get your fingers in. It would be nice if you could just, because what my plan was to take there we go. Now let's feed. Oops. I was watching today 40 years at the Crucible, which was made in 2017. I was going to tin this because I think the hole's big enough to get it through, and I'm pretty partial to a bit of snooker. Used to play years ago. I mean, not played for a long time, but years ago, yeah, it weren't bad. I mean, I wasn't in the same class of, say, a professional player, nowhere near it, but I could play, not too bad. I remember once I got beat by a woman in a pub, or one of our local pubs. Woman beat me. But that being said, she was a pretty fair player. And after she beat me, my brother started taking the piss. So she turned around to him, she says, okay then, says, your brother put up a good fight against me, says, and he didn't do bad. She says, come on, you try it. And he wouldn't. He wouldn't go for it. Yeah. Yep, he wouldn't have a go. No, he says, I'm not playing you. We only played for a drink, it was a bit of fun. The local club, it was a bit of fun. And, you know, bit of a giggle. And we just played for a drink, and she won, so I bought her a drink. Fair enough. I mean, she didn't thrash me as in completely thrash me as such. I did get a few points on the board, but, you know, once she got in, that was it. You know, we started off with the standard safety shots that you play, and then once a mistake was made, then the other person could capitalise on it. Let me just check that fuse holder, because that pin fell a bit loose. Might tighten up when the solder hardens, it might be because of that, but we'll check it anyway. Do you know that fuse holder's a bit crap? That fuse holder, I think that fuse holder's knackered. There's no problem. Yeah. Just have a look, just take it out, take the fuse out. Well, the fuse could be loose. Let's try that. The fuse could have been loose. No? Oh yeah. There we are. If it needs it, I've got plenty in the drawer. Put a new fuse holder in if it needs it. But I just think that's, pull it out a minute. I just think that's damaged. But I'm not sure. Oops. Pop the fuse. Just make sure that just, I mean, the problem you get with this, there we go. Just clean it with this wire brush. I got this wire brush off Jay the other day. There we go. Well, I think that's okay. That feels a bit thinky though. That's it. That's in. That feels a bit springier. Get in. There we go. I mean, I've got plenty of fuse holders, so popping a new one in is not a problem. Let's test that again. Because we had trouble with the fuse holder when I first tried this thing. Yeah, we've got resistance on that. Oh, there we are. That's working now, that's good. Right, so that's the fuse holder sorted. Now all we need to do is solder the wire back on, and I'll use the original wire. There we go. I'll just give it a quick scrape. Solder that. There we go. And solder that. There we go. Now, shift that out of the way. fingers in. There we go. Take that around there, and that needs to be long enough to come to the on-off switch. We're not going to worry about that green there because we're not going to be using it. That needs to be long enough to come round and solder onto the switch. Which just tighten the switch up, that would help. Switch is a bit on the loose, so actually what I want to do, I want to leave it like that. So tighten it like that, there we go. That way I can get the soldering iron in. There we go. Let's just there we are. It's a bit dark down here doing this. It's a bit of a problem trying to get your fingers in to hold the wire. Do you know that wire was red hot? Yeah, it still didn't stick. There we go. Are we on there now? Well, we appear to be. No. See, the problem is there's the contact there. But it's getting it down there. It's getting your fingers in there and your iron. See, I can get that there. If I get that there. Jesus. They only use a single throw switch. And it's there we go. Now if that'll just solder onto there, just do as I want. Ouch! Fuck's sake! Let's take the switch off. There. Now, what I'll do now, I'm going to solder it on. I can see all this, all can see it all now. Get rid of that. Gotcha. Let's give that a second to solidify. There we go. Right. It's hot. You know, that's it. So it can be a real pain. Right. I need that to go up. Oh, now the fuse wires come off. But that's not a problem, it's easy to get to that. Tighten the switch. We don't want it loose. Don't want that falling out, do we? That's it. Let's just solder the wire solder the wire back on for the fuse. The problem is getting your fingers in. That's the problem. It's getting in there. That's correct. That's right. It's just a matter of getting your That's got it. Let's get that bit of wire out of there. Bit of solder even. That's it. Make sure it's not going to pop off. No, it's on. Right. The next one is, I'm not going to do this now. Do this for the next part. Let's get it prepared. That there is going from the power switch. In fact, I should have left that connected. Yeah, I'll reconnect that, because that goes from, yeah. Oh, hang on, no, it comes up here, that, because yeah, that's part of your power lead. Yeah, so that goes through to your, so that goes from your switch to your power lead. That's your live. So we'll leave the live on the switch, because we know that, and we know that the live is switched. But then all I've got to do next, is sort the neutral out. Let's see what's being said on the chat. Good evening, 80s kid. Hope you're okay. Did you get your oh yeah, wasn't the right one? No, well, I think we established that, didn't we, though, because you know, yours is for a different, you know, it's yours was for a different region, and I think that's why, you know, because I could only go off the number you gave me, and the problem is to make them things for all different regions. So obviously the one you've got was for, the manual was for somewhere else, but still, never mind. So I'll pull this through here now. If I pull this through here, because we don't need, hang on, yeah, let's get this right. Yeah, pull this through here because we don't need that. Pull that through here. So that's your, clip that off. There we go. So that's your, what do you call it? Your live feed out. And yep, that's your live feed out. To your transformer. We could have actually done with leaving that in. Never mind. Never mind. We live and learn. Oh well. Yeah. Never mind. We'll put a wire in there. It's no problem. And that one needs to go behind there. There we go. And that's pretty much it, folks. We've got to switch to neutral. This blue and this grey, they can go because we don't know what they're going to be doing. We don't know what they were doing. Because I can't find that switch anywhere in the circuit. So I'm going to do a bit more research and I'm going to see where we're up to. But I'm going to leave it there for now, because there's other things that I want to do and other things that I need to do. So, you know, I'll leave it there. Let's go to another camera. At least none of the cameras froze up this time. Let's go to camera. Yeah, we'll stick with camera 3. No, we'll have camera 2. At least the cameras didn't freeze up this time. I suppose that's one good thing. No, it has a worm gear underneath, Chris, like a screw. It has like a screw underneath, and it guides. It's guided in by that. I'll show more of that as we get to that and explain. Yeah, but we had an idea that yeah, so you've abandoned the stereo to the corner for another time. You might try it again at some point. So you have two of those, and one's working and one isn't. Are they both the same inside? Are they both the same model inside, or are they both different? 80s kid. Because the boards, I think the boards in them, they only unplug, so you could probably unplug one board, plug it into another, into the working one, or the non-working one rather. Let's see if it fires up. There won't be a lot stopping that. But it is a pretty complicated machine. Anyway, folks, on that note, I'm going to leave it there, I think, because there are other things I want to do, and we'll get back on this probably be Sunday with Steve. We'll probably get back round to this. and see where we see where we end up. Hopefully with it doing something. But that red button you can see there, that red button there, I don't know what that does. I think it's a moment. I think what that is, I think it's a, I can't say what it does because it's not a backwards button. The thing doesn't go in reverse because the idler wouldn't let it. Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and I shall catch you all later. You all have a good evening. Enjoy what's left of it. Bye for now, folks.